right, welcome everyone to the Cobb County Board of Ethics. This is an open meeting, October the 29th, scheduled at 6 p.m. Welcome to those that are tuning in to TV 23. We have 6 members of the board here present, so we do have a quorum. I'd like to start off by asking the board members to introduce themselves and who appointed them.
Yes, my name is Janet Savage, and I was appointed by Carla Jackson, the Cobb County Tax Commissioner.
And I'm Joe Atkins, and I was appointed by Judge Brendan Murphy, the magistrate judge.
Hello, I'm Ron Yonker, and I was appointed by Angie Davis.
And I'm Carlos Rodriguez. I was appointed by probate court judge Kelly Wolk.
My name is Doug Shaddix. I'm appointed to this board by the Cobb County Board of Commissioners.
My name is Ross Story, and I was appointed by Neil Warren Sheriff.
All right, thank you, everyone. And now I understand that the next on the agenda is administering the oath of office to someone that is no stranger to this board, Mr. Joe Atkins and Doug Shaddix.
That's correct. Just as a matter of explanation, between the time of our last meeting in May and now, the person who appointed Mr. Atkins to the board, who was the chief magistrate at the time, left that office to become the new district attorney. With that having taken place, her appointee lost his post. So Mr. Atkins was off the board briefly. The new chief magistrate has come in and appointed Mr. Atkins back to the post. But we'll need to provide a new oath to him. And also at the time of our May meeting, the Board of Commissioners had not made their appointment to the board yet and has subsequently appointed Doug Shaddix. So if I'll ask Mr. Atkins and Mr. Shaddix to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that you will faithfully administer and fulfill your duties as a board member as provided in the Cobb County Code of Ethics and is in the best interest of Cobb County, Georgia? If so, say I do.
I do.
Okay. So everyone on the board has now been administered the oath at one time or the other, and we're ready to proceed.
Okay. And next on the agenda is to discuss or approve the minutes from the last Board of Ethics meeting held on May the 30th of 2019. The minutes should have circulated with members of the board. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second. Okay. All in favor to approve the minutes? All right, so the minutes have been approved. We have no old business. New business, though, we do need to hold an election for the board chair. That was occupied by Mr. Atkins before he came off the board, and now he's back on, but that position is vacant, so we'll need to.
Okay, I'll be glad to conduct that. Currently presiding at the meeting is our vice chair, who is Carlos Rodriguez, because again, as I just explained earlier, Mr. Atkins, who had been elected chair, was off the board shortly, and so left that position open. So everyone who serves on the board is eligible to serve as chair, but I'll ask for nominations for someone to serve as chair.
I'd like to nominate Joe Atkins. Put that in form of motion.
All right. Are there any other nominations?
I'll second, Joe.
All right. Hearing no other nominations and the motion to appoint Mr. Atkins as chair has been made and seconded. All for Mr. Atkins as chair, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, sir. You are now the chair again. And don't do that again.
I will do my best not to do that again. This is a point of.
Well, and so, not to beat a dead horse, But anybody who serves on the board at the pleasure of whoever appointed you. So if that person leaves their office, then based upon the changes that were made to the code, the person who's appointed is no longer in office, and so there has to be a new appointment made by whoever the subsequent person is that's filling into the office. So nothing that Mr. Atkins did did wrong. He was a victim of circumstances and the code.
And sets a record which will never be broken, having done it twice in
Yes.
6 months.
Yes, he served 3 times, been appointed, I think, 3 times this year, so, okay. So I turn the meeting over to you, Mr. Chair.
Well, thank you, and thank you, fellow members of the board. It looks like the next item on our agenda is other new business. Don't know if we have any other new business or not. Looks like there's no other new business. The next item is to set the next board meeting, which we have down here for May the 12th of 2020 at 6 p.m. And I know that there's a fair amount of work that goes into that in terms of making sure that there are no conflicts for the use of this room. So I'm fine with that. I don't know if there's any discussion of any issues with that date. Mr. Rainey, I'm assuming you're the one that kind of sought that date out?
I did, and it's consistent with our rhythm, as well as I've already checked with the county, and this room is available, TV 23 is available. So if it's the board's wisdom, I'd ask for a motion, second, and a vote on that date for our next meeting.
Is there anyone who has any problems with that date as far as we know right now?
No.
Okay. All right, well, I guess then we'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
All right. All in favor of having the next meeting on May the 12th of 2020 at 6 p.m., please raise your hand. All opposed? All right, carries unanimously.
If there are any complaints or any other business that comes up in the interim, of course, we'll have a meeting called in the interim, but the code requires that we meet at least once in October, at least once in May. So that's to comply with the statute.
All right, seeing no other business on the agenda, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor of adjourning? All right, all opposed? All right, thank you. That concludes this meeting.